So, you know, since the last time I caught up with you, which I think was like July 2011, you had the #1 with Louder.
Yeah.
What's been happening otherwise, apart from that?
Just been working on my new album, which is supposed to come out, I think, in August. Collaborating with lots of people. Putting together my new live show. We did our first tour. We did a sold-out tour the end of last year. We did Alexandra Palace, which was totally sold out. We did T4. So putting a lot of time into that as well, really, because it's like a full band project. So that and finishing my album.
Louder, featuring Sean Evans. And did you expect that to do as well as it has? Because that's like one of the anthems of 2011, right?
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, you know, it's weird because you always, obviously, when you finish a piece of music, you always think it's good because you wouldn't finish it otherwise. You were happy, you know, unless you were happy with it. So I think the thing is realizing that it wasn't just me that thought it was good was kind of pretty cool. And then to find out that like hundreds of thousands or millions of people thought it was that good was just, you know, it completely blew me away, man. It was amazing, really cool.
Because it's like, it crosses so many, like, I've seen it like sort of do well in like a dubstep rave. I've seen it do well in a dubstep rave. I've seen it do well in a drum and bass rave. I've seen it do well in hip hop concerts. Like, wow. I mean, it goes down in a lot of places, man.
Yeah.
Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I think the thing with Louder as well is just like that hook, you know, is so kind of, it almost feels a little bit like a revolution song, do you know what I mean? And with everything that's going on at the moment in our world, it's great to listen to a piece of music and feel like you're not the only person that feels frustrated by it, do you know what I mean? And that's kind of what, to me, what Louder's about. It's like, whenever I play it, you look out at people like new kind of generation and you can see that the lyrics mean different things to everyone, but it feels like we're all together and that there's something that, you know, that everybody's kind of rebelling against at the moment. I mean, with like really tough times right now, do you know what I mean? The economy and everything that's going on politically and around the world. It's just like, to me, I think that's kind of what made Louder such a popular song, is it's like, it's a sort of like, we're not taking it, do you know what I mean?
So you got the new single with Rita Ora, the new one with Rita Ora, signed to Rock Nation, Jay-Z's label and stuff. That's more on the drum and bass vibe, coming after Louder, which was on the dubstep vibe. Your roots, like, from the beginning, more lie with the drum and bass, but you've been messing with the dubstep. Where's your heart at the moment, man?
Well, I guess I make, you know, I kind of have my own sound, my own thing that I can't really, it's not really like one genre or another, but since everything's opened out, and the whole thing's opened up, I've kind of felt more comfortable experimenting with different tempos, and I think that's really cool because it's kind of allowing me to hone that sound, whereas before I always felt like every drum and bass tune had to be different, you know, it had to be like a progression in some way, and that was what I've been doing for ages. So now I feel like I've kind of got the scope, like musically, that I can just be me and it can translate into different tempos and different sounds, do you know what I mean?
Because they're using the bass title to kind of encompass sort of, you know, dubstep, drum and bass, even grime at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're aware of the bass title.
Yeah.
Are you cool with that title?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think everything's subjective, do you know what I mean? I don't really think that, like, you know, I come from a scene that's been very, very guarded for a really long time, and that's what I grew up in, you know, since I was 18 years old. That's what I've been surrounded by, so I totally understand people feeling protective over their music, you know, and that it's important that it gets interpreted correctly. But at the end of the day, surely all music is like, if it's good music, then surely it can grow, and people that don't know about it can find something good about it. And that's, for me, that's what I make music for, you know. So I can't really see anything negative about people calling it anything, as long as people are listening to it and enjoying it.
So the new single, Hot Right Now, features Rita Ora, signed to Jay-Z's Rock Nation label. And like, I think the last time she was actually seen on record was Craig David's 2008 track, Where's the Love? Then she featured in Drake's video as well for Over. And I think she's featured in a few videos still. So how did the link up come about with Rita Ora? Because she's been on a lot of people's to-do list for a little while now.
Yeah. Well, I was.
Hold on. She's been on a lot of people's ones to watch list for a little while.
Yeah, easy.
Not the to-do list, the one to watch list.
Is she on your to-do list?
I'm married, man.
Okay, but is she on your to-do list?
Well, I'd like to interview her. Is she on your to-do list?
No comment.
Already done list?
Hell no. I mean, not saying that there's anything. Oh, dude, Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. Basically, like I was working with these producers called the Invisible Men that are managed by Jessie J's management, and I did a remix for Jessie, and her managers wanted me to produce a track for her. So I don't really produce for people. It's not really. I just don't really think I'm very good at producing for other people. I went in the studio. They said, "Do you want to go in with her?" These guys that produce for her, the Invisible Men, and we just hit it off. Basically, we just got on really, really well. They're really, really cool guys, and they're really talented. And they're more on the pop kind of side of things, but that's kind of been interesting hanging around with them because they have a very different sort of, they write songs, and I'm kind of learning about writing songs at the moment. So it's a whole new world for me, and it's cool to be around people that have got, sort of that are more experienced on that kind of side of things. And so I've been trying to find the right singer for Hot Right Now for a while. And because it's quite a high song, it's in quite a high key. And well, it's actually in E now, which is actually quite a low key, but it's the octave it's in and stuff, and it's quite fast. So they said to me, well, there's this girl that we're working with, and we're not really supposed to talk to you about her because she's kind of locked down, and Jay-Z's waiting for the right track to launch her off, and blah blah. And they showed me a video of her, and I just knew, as soon as it started, I was like, that's the girl. And I've been looking for a while, so it was just like, part of me was really excited, and the other half was like, oh my god, like what if, the situation with Jay-Z means it can't make it happen. And then we recorded the track, and it sounded amazing, and I was still kind of nervous because I was thinking, what if all the politics mean that this can't happen? And we sent it to Jay-Z, and they loved it, and they were like, yeah, this is perfect for her to come out with. And apparently they're all kind of interested in drum and bass at the moment, which is I don't really know what to make of that. Do you know what I mean?
With the UK
I'm like,
flavor, man.
have you heard? Have you heard Digital? Do you know about Ed Rush? Do you know what I mean? Do you know like the roots? Goldie is. Do you know what I mean? So I don't really know what, when they say drum and bass, what they're actually, what they're talking about as being drum and bass. But I guess as long as it's any kind of drum and bass, then that's got to be good for all of it. Do you know what I mean?
So you actually wrote the track as well, didn't you?
I wrote the hook, so I wrote the chorus. I wrote all the breakdown. Like at one point, I was actually there was a demo of it with me singing the breakdown. It sounded ridiculous, which is what always happens. And then I kind of wrote the verses with these guys who've been working with her, writing for her and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a collab, but that's kind of usually what I do. Like I'll write the hook, and I'm still kind of getting my feet really as, writing lyrics. I was kind of good at poetry when I was a kid. It was always something that I wanted to get into, actually just writing, like writing. So it's kind of happened, the way things have turned out is kind of interesting for me because it's another passion I've always had, writing. But I still am finding my feet. So I'll just write like the hook and the melodies and stuff, and then at the moment kind of writing with other people,
So I mean, you're involved with the writing process and you're producing, and I know the last time I spoke to you, I said, was you going to jump out from behind the boards to in front of the camera? You could be the all-in-one guy yourself, like a Kanye West. You said no, you hit that down like before. Have you changed your opinion? Would you be willing to do that anytime soon?
I don't know, man. I mean, I've sung on a couple of things that I've written, with in mind for other people to sing over them, and occasionally people will say to me, you got a really good voice, why don't you sing on something? I'm not really sure if I do have a very good voice. I've never actually recorded myself and put the effort into it that I put into recording somebody else. It's always been something that I've just done quickly, and I'll just do it in one take. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, maybe we'll see what happens.